Hey guys, my name is Meg. I'm a first year at Syracuse University. I am a marketing major in the business school. I was with Miss Negron in AP Literature and her RCC class senior year, so I'm really glad to see that you guys are doing this presentation, especially with this topic, because I know that if I was in your shoes, I'd love to hear from other people's experiences thus far in college going into it, because I knew that I felt kind of blind going into the whole process. So yeah, let's get into it. Did you make the right decision after high school? If by this question you mean going to college, for me, I believe that it was the best decision, but if you find yourself in a position where college isn't the right thing for you right now, personal issues, even just need some time to mentally get yourself into the right headspace in order to really make such a big life transition, by all means, that's totally okay, and that's the mature decision to do for yourself. But in my case, I believe that going to college was the best decision for me. How was the transition from living with your family to living alone? I honestly was excited for it, living on your own, living in your own space. Like, I have a younger sister, never having my clothes taken. But it was hard, especially if you're close with your family. It's hard to really, not see them as much as you do. Like, you kind of take for granted the fact that you're living in a house with these people. Like, you see them every day, and then all of a sudden it's like FaceTime call twice a week, But I definitely think that I was kind of blessed in the sense that my transition was eased by the fact that I was very close with my roommate, so I kind of had a friend there with me that was able to feel the same way I was feeling and relate to me while I was transitioning here. How did you overcome any concerns you had going into college? So my biggest concern was honestly a lot of concerns, and that was really induced by the anxiety, the anticipatory anxiety of, am I gonna fit in? Am I gonna meet people? Am I gonna make friends? Am I gonna be able to handle my classes? Am I going into the right thing that I wanna go into major-wise? Is this the right school for me? What if it isn't the right school for me and I transfer? These thoughts just run through your head, especially because it's an entirely new process. It's such a big life transition. You're like, all I could think about was what's gonna go wrong, And I did that for once I got in, especially even finding a roommate. I was so stressed out about finding a roommate. What if I don't find a roommate, then I'm not gonna make friends? This whole spiral of what if this bad thing happens? And once it hit summer, honestly, I really stepped back and put it into perspective and really realized that you're given such an amazing opportunity to just experience so many foreign things that even if some goes bad, you're still learning from the hardship you go through, and that will entirely change and affect your life in a positive way, even though it's a negative experience, because you're learning from it. So overcoming the concerns I had really was predicated on the fact that you need to go into this with an open mind and kind of be confident in who you are and what you bring to the table, if that makes sense. Do you know what you wanted to major in when you graduated from high school? Do you still feel the same? I was in the Academy of Finance, and I love business. I love business concepts. I had a great time in the academy. I never really was in love with finance and accounting, so I knew that the math-oriented side of it wasn't gonna be for me, but I was always really creative. So I feel like marketing is the perfect combination of that creativity and still being in the business world. And I'm really loving it thus far. I love all my professors. All my peers it's just an amazing experience. You're gaining so much knowledge. And yeah, so I'm really I'm very happy where I am right now in terms of my major. And I couldn't tell you if it's gonna stay the same, but that's the great thing about college, is that you get exposure to so many different career paths that if you find out the one you're on isn't for you, you'll find something that you're passionate about and roll with it. So did Did you procrastinate in high school? How did that work out for you in college? I procrastinated so much in high school. My GPA probably could have been higher if it weren't for procrastinating, and I started procrastinating in, I don't know, the earliest that I really remember where it was like bad was in Favola's 10th grade AP class, when he'd have us do those 50 question reading assignments, and I'd be up as a 15-year-old writing essay prompts at 2 in the morning, like chugging black coffee, which like isn't normal because like 10, 15-year-olds really shouldn't be doing that, you know? Yeah, my procrastination was really bad in high school, and I kind of came into college like, oh, like, I'm gonna have so much more time, like, if I procrastinate now, like, at least, oh, no. It just doesn't work here. You cannot procrastinate your work because you're so tired. You get honestly, you get a lot less sleep than you do at home, and it directly affects your physical and mental health if you're not taking care of yourself here. Like, you'll just get sick all the time because college dorm rooms are a petri dish for illness. You're just surrounded by it and you can't really escape it. So taking care of your health is very important, and being able to sleep is very important. And if you're up late at night stressing out, which directly affects your mental health, which directly in turn affects your physical health, stressing out because you push your work to the last minute, and then not getting enough sleep because you're up until 4 in the morning writing a paper, answering questions, is the absolute worst thing you can do for yourself here. So don't change your mindset before you get here. Was your mental health in a stable place when you graduated high school? If yes, is it now?